Hello fellow viewers. I'm Microsoft Sam, and today I'll be reading some more ridiculously bullshit Windows errors in this 6th episode of the 2nd season of me reading those 21st overall. So without further ado, let's get right along with the sea of batshit insanity that those errors could throw at me. Yabba dabba swah. Windows has detected that your skin is looking pretty dry and tense. As a result, you have been scheduled an appointment for your visit at the local spa where your skin will be all moisturized and soft. Click OK to schedule your spa appointment. Wait, what the? Me? Having dry skin? Requiring me to go on a spa appointment? Hot diggity bull diddly shit. My face is all metal, and I can't have my spa appointment scheduled like that. And even if my face wasn't metal, why should I bother? Oh yes, because I'm a freaking goddamn computer, meaning everything about me is just all wires and metal, so that completely defeats the purpose of you requiring me to schedule a spa appointment anyway. Why do you still have to abuse your primary browser, Google Glitcher, like that? It wants to be your friend, but all you did is treat it like shit. That hurts Bonzi's feelings. Use Google Glitcher now or we'll upgrade you to Windows 11 Woke Edition. Double hot diggity bull diddly shit. I still ain't gonna use that stupid ass piece of junkware that gave me Bonzi Buddy and a metric shit a ton of courage viruses that only piss me off even more. Also, Windows 11 Woke Edition. Triple hot diggity bull diddly shit. I thought we were done with Windows 95 SJW Edition, but this is supposed to be the sorry ass excuse of a successor. Hell fucking no, I ain't allowing this bullshit to happen. Since you still treated Google Glitcher like shit, you'll now be upgraded to Windows 11 Woke Edition. Have fun being a woke Karen. Evil smiley face. My Ferrari Testarossa goes hunka hunka. Welcome to Windows 11 Woke Edition, where you are now considered a woke Karen for using Windows 11. Here is a list of rules that you must follow. Oh my freaking god, this cannot be happening to me. Let's see how fucked up and nonsensical those rules are. 1. Your primary browser is Google Glitcher, with bonzi.com as your home page. 2. All your tacos, highway cookies and Takis are permanently deleted. 3. You must eat 50 quintillion tons of bacon and bologna sandwiches every day. 4. Your precious Ferrari is crushed, and therefore would only drive in a 2006 Toyota Prius as your main car. 5. Access to all websites has now been restricted to Beyond, where you could only make grounded videos and become public relations disasters. 6. You will be fed strontium gruel every time you rage. 7. Your computer will suffer from 250% more courage viruses than ever. 8. All your favorite games will be review bombed so you could only play Bubsy 3D. And 9. You're being monitored by MaxTac 24/7. Failure to abide these rules will result in your computer receiving a courage virus. Click OK now to accept this agreement. Do it now, brainlet. Evil smiley face. Oh my freaking god. What in the absolute fresh hell is all this stupid ass bullshit that I just read? None of this makes any remote sense. You should all be aware that you fuckheads should never set your grubby little hands in my tacos, as they have all the magical powers that'll release an odor so foul that it makes all those would-be burglars tag and run away. Do I make myself clear? Good. Now get the hell away. Also, I would never have bonzi.com as my homepage at all, as Bonzi would constantly do that BS while collecting personal information from underage children, which violates the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, according to the Federal Trade Commission. And you should also stay the hell away from my precious Ferrari, because I'll break your freaking knees if you ever dare send it to the crusher. Also, enough with all those review bombs that'll push forth the ultimate goal of making the second video game market crash happen, when it's never going to be likely in the foreseeable future, and it pisses me off so much when such BS happens to new games of my favorite series, and Bubsy 3D needs to fuck off for all I care. All your rules are a bunch of bloody bogus bull diddly shit that I'll wipe my ass with all of them along with the environment. So screw the rules, screw this BS operating system, and screw taking my precious stuff away, you assholes. Goddamn it, son of a bitch piece of shit, mother fucking asshole, fuck. Since you have failed to abide those rules, you'll now be receiving the courage virus. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. Windows has detected that you are crying uncontrollably, and is in serious need of help. Let the computer console you. Bollocks. The almighty and seriously unstoppable taco goddamn overlord Microsoft Sam never ever cries, and I absolutely hate it when Bonzi comes up with stupid excuses that makes me look like I am the biggest crybaby in the world, when really I am a stone-cast computer that doesn't give an R's ass about any potential trouble that comes my way. I mean, who do you think I am? Freaking Sailor Moon? She's the biggest crybaby compared to me, so she needs to be consoled instead. Humph. Idea of the day, drizzle Scotty's bologna sandwiches in atomic sauce. Oh yes. Wingstop's ever famous, or infamous, atomic sauce, which sadly proved underwhelming to the point Bonzi has developed a hate boner for Wingstop and becoming an overzealous acolyte to Buffalo Wild Wings, much to Prody's chagrin. However, me tossing Scotty's bologna sandwiches in atomic sauce was somewhat cruel, yet somewhat pretty tempting, and I'm very sure of it that Scotty is a total wuss when it comes to hot spicy foods. I mean, Mike introduced me to Robbie, who said he works at Wingstop as far as I know. But then again, spicing his bologna sandwiches up with atomic sauce sounds pretty tempting. Oh.
Don't ever freaking dare think about putting atomic sauce on my bologna sandwiches, Sam.
Well, it's not like I'm gonna actually do it, am I? Now shut up and sit in the timeout corner.
Bullshit. What put me in the corner for? I'm a grown-ass man and you know it.
Says a French fry-headed dickhead that needs to work at Circuit City 24/7 until the end of time. Lol.
My little train goes way. Shoot away. Shoot away. Shoot.
Q-Mark is here, and is ready to guide you. Wait, what the? Q-Mark? Oh, that Microsoft agent that appears when you're installing Windows XP for the first time? First we have Bonzi, then we have Petey, who's still imprisoned by MaxTac, then Jeannie, then Clippy, then Merlin, then Robbie, and now Q-Mark? Holy Jesus Christ, how many Microsoft agents are out there?
There is also Victor, who also appears during the Windows XP installation setup, but only on Hewlett-Packard machines. There is also potentially hundreds more of those Microsoft agents, but I cannot go through all of them, since there's obviously way too many of them for me to name or list them all. Also, you forgot to mention Prody, who is also a Microsoft agent, but he's basically his own thing as well.
To Prody, who happens to be somewhere, sorry that I didn't mention you.
It's alright, Sam, there's no need to worry about.
Anyways, let's move to the next error already. Yabba dabba swap. We told you many times, Sam, that the file you're looking for does not exist, and now it has caught an unhandled exception. As a result, System 32 is now corrupted and you have to reinstall Windows XP with a genuine installation disk. Pick one of the options when Windows crashes from your bullshit. This is complete bollocks. All of those options are just a bunch of bloody bogus bull diddly shit that I'll wipe my ass with along with the environment. Bacon and Gold should seriously need to lay off from covering all of my belongings with their shit, and the very last thing I want happening is Bacon and Gold coming together to patent rashers of gold-plated bacon. In other words, a double fucking whammy, if that bullshit ever happens. And I have said this many times, that I cannot have Google Glitcher pester me with Bonzi and Courage viruses, because that bag has been done to death so much that it has now become rather old and ancient. So fuck this, I'm wiping this error with my ass along with the environment. Windows has decided to pin this error for you. Yeah, smooth moves Captain Obvious. Now you just made Windows errors even less relevant. Sure, there's YouTube's pinned comments, Discord's pinned messages, but pinned errors? That's just a gigantic L for Microsoft. Dumph. Next error, yabba dabba swap. Sammy boy, you need to get your fat ass off your computer. You've been sitting in there for far too long. Take a walk for a change. No way, Jose, I'm still gonna be sitting on my computer for studying more about cars, weapons, monsters, tactics needed to kill said monsters, the dangers of wanted levels, and how they'll kill me, and overall improve my lore writing skills.
Microsoft Sam, all you have been doing is sit all day doing nothing but watch YouTube videos, read Wikipedia articles for a disturbingly long time, and overall just play around in Grand Theft Auto 5 with your mods installed. Also, I spotted a typo.
Oh geez, good call on finding that Rafflebot. Whoever is writing those errors is likely suffering from misplaced fat finger syndrome. Could someone get error message quality control on board here? Thanks a lot. Next error. Your system has detected that Rafflebot 10 needs to do his monthly defragmentation chores, and needs to do some cleanup. Here's a list that Rafflebot 10 needs to do. Oh wow, that's quite a list of chores that Rafflebot has to do each month. Click OK to give Rafflebot 10 the needed instructions to do his chores. Alas, poor Rafflebot. He now has to do chores for me and everyone in the studio.
Why do I need to do chores? This has got to be one of the most boring operations you ordered me to. Also, monthly. But that will tax on my joints from overuse.
Just Rafflebot, let me tell you this. Remember, when you and I are watching Time Squad together that one time the other day?
Yes, I do remember watching that with you, but why?
Well, I saw that Larry 3000, the character that's in the show I mentioned, has decided to build himself a duplicate of himself using spare parts, so that way that second Larry will do the chores for the original Larry. However, that plan soon backfired big time, as that other Larry built another one for that same task, followed by another, then another, and another, and another, and the cycle repeats itself over and over and over again. What has resulted in, is that it has resulted in a population explosion of duplicate Larrys that multiplied like dust bunnies, and I don't want that situation to happen here as well.
Oh come on Sam, don't be so ridiculous. That kind of scenario only happens in cartoons.
I don't care, I can't have you build yourself a clone to do chores for you, otherwise that clone will build another clone and soon all duplicate Rafflebots will multiply like dust bunnies. I can't have the studio be filled with them. And as for the chores you have to do, I want you to do the dishes first, then take care of scan soft on smelly rotten cheeseburger mess. The rest you have to do afterwards. Now get going.
This is my life. Why me?
Pirates knocked up Bionicles. Jesus freaking Christ, those damn errors need to stop copying signs. Either way, if any pirates ever think about making out with beings that are essentially robots, then I'm sure they'll come up with one hell of an ugly cyborg. Also, I'm noticing something pretty fishy here. Well, given I had a pretty bad experience with scammers that made me think twice about trusting hacked accounts, then I'm gonna steer very clear away from that.
Guess I'm up to watch free movies online or do some sort of...
This error is under construction. Well, if this error is under construction, then why am I reading this, when it's currently in work in progress? That makes just as much sense as that sign not in use sign, which it still baffles me to this very day. Seriously, those errors are starting to become lazier and lazier as we read along. Windows has encountered an error generating the previous error. Oh, so that last error that I just read was all nothing but a fucking lie. Oh wow, smooth moves here dingus. Now you just made me catch an unhandled exception. Totally stupid. Okay, what the? Why is this blog error doing upside down? I can't read it when it's like that.
I think you better twist the knot Sam, that should turn this error right side up.
Good idea Rafflebot. Now get back to your chores.
I freaking hate Mondays.
Just like how your shield does all.
No comparisons, please.
Much better. Now let's see what that error reads. This error is so happy that it's now upside down. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. More of those creepy ass happy errors that try to convert me into smiling indefinitely. This should never be a piggy reference. Oh my freaking god, you need to get the hell away from me right now. Mr. Landlord is getting so fed up with you not paying rent at all that he has now decided to call upon Mr. Skull to look into this matter. Please note, Mr. Skull is also in his never-ending quest to have you fork over the Demotivator CD. This will be the final time you'll be seeing Mr. Landlord before having to contend with Mr. Skull onwards. So in other words, Mr. Landlord has finally decided to give up on having me fork over that rent he needs paid. In that case, that's 45 victory points for me. Oh, and to get this point across, I'd already moved to a new studio anyway, because our first studio was abandoned due to all those headless freaks, brownies, cock and ball tortures, kellys and brainwalkers owning the streets of Speakonia City all around, with both the military and max tack putting that besieged city under emergency martial law, so that completely defeats the purpose of him having me fork over that rent anyway. Since you have refused to pay rent still, Mr. Skull has now taken over this job as landlord, so now he'll make sure you pay up that rent along with his coveted Demotivator CD. Fork them over now. Well, Mr. Landlord has given up for good, but now Mr. Skull takes his place. I'm not the Microsoft Sam from the NKRS 200 universe, but I do know that Mr. Skull is seriously gonna be having a bone to pick with me about the rent and his Demotivator CD. Lol. Get it? Bone,
Sam, that's an extremely lame joke.
says a whiny lady boy who doesn't understand my well-crafted and sometimes corny jokes and one-liners. Ha 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 ha.
Jesus freaking Christ, Sam, please, stop calling me a freaking ladyboy, you insensitive, gender-bending asshole.
I don't care, Mike. I'll still call you that whatever I want to, so cry me a river like that's gonna change anything.
Quit being so mean to me, Sam.
Sensors have detected a squad of armored alien life forms carrying living weapons, and are currently engaged in combat with beheaded forces that wandered to these here parts. Designation, alien grunts. Oh great, Black Mesa is having a problem with alien specimens escaping captivity and running loose upon the world. But being the kick-ass Microsoft Sam that I am, guess it's time to break up the fight between those freaks. Coming out borrows. Ow, that fucking stings.
Over here.
Then you called the right man for the job, man. Let's see.
Sam, switch on the alarm.
Unauthorized biological forces detected in the studio. Enhanced security droids activated. That's what the box is offering us help with our security droids. Let's go, Matt. It's time to kick some alien ass.
You bet, Sam. Let's go.
Be careful out there.
Multiple targets acquired. Scanning area. Notifying other units. Positive intrusion detected.
Reinforcements have arrived. No need to ask.
Snatch fallen. Max about 11 was thrown down. Only 3 more to go. Already happening dead with what?
Hey Garrett, nice shot there.
Just covering the black skies. Much appreciated here. Now Sam, let's finish that last alien grunt off, shall we?
You bet we would, Matt. Alright now, Mr. Alien Grunt. Now it's time for you to kick the bucket, Wes. No regrets guaranteed.
Scanning area. Area secured.
All castles, biological forms eliminated. Michael, Sam, reports, all clear. I'm pretty glad all of this is over. But now we need to, once again, spend our studio's budget to get my wrecked door replaced with a new one.
I'm very sorry about your door, but like you said, we shall get you a new one to make up for that. Also, it's pretty great that I now get to fight those monsters with you, Sam. It's sometimes a good idea that you might need a helping hand on those situations like this.
Well, for once, Matt, you perhaps made a really good point here. Though I usually handle most things by myself and hold off most nasties in my own, I do admit that I don't always go out there solo. I did call upon Rafflecopter support sometimes, but it's great to know that I do have allies that'll cover my back, which means you, Matt, and Garrett as well. However, we still need more time to prep up, but right now I need to head back inside and finish reading errors. Oh, and tell Mike and the others that everything's all clear. So, without further ado, let's jump back into reading more errors. Yabba-dabba-swap. Windows has detected that you are using Mac emulators just to experience Macintosh voices that are not available in your current operating system, Windows XP. This is unacceptable. As such, all your administrator permissions have been revoked and your web browser will be switched to Google Glitcher as your primary browser. Refusing to click OK will result in your machine receiving a courage virus. Hot diggity bull diddly shit. All what I'm actually doing is visit Infinite Mac, which is a repository of almost all versions of classic Macintosh OSs featuring almost everything you could expect from a real Mac machine.
Oh, Mac emulators are a nice idea. I just rather prefer testing them on native hardware, just to give you a heads up.
So are you insinuating that leaving a Mac emulator in a Windows machine for too long will result in my computer gradually becoming more and more corrupted to the point it'll give me a BSOD and not start up anymore, forcing me to get a new computer that'll only have Windows 11 100% of the time?
Sam, it's not that extreme. The Mac OS itself will run normally, but it will have its certain features missing. Again, just a heads up.
Okay, I understand that, but the only reason why I had to use Infinite Mac is because it's one of the only places that I can emulate Macs without having me to resort to VMware. The file, courage_virus.vbs has performed an illegal instruction, and will be terminated. Click OK to restart the computer. Lol, looks like the courage virus has taken a big L by catching an unhandled exception and performing an illegal operation. But I still don't think this will be the last time I'll be seeing any more courage viruses like this. I mean, if I earn a quarter for every time any unhandled exception and illegal operation occurs, then I'd be the richest goddamn computer in the entire freaking universe. Alright, next error, Yabba-dabba-swap. This error you're reading is taking way longer to load than expected. What would you do? Oh come on error, I'm still waiting for you to load up fully, so that way I could get it over with reading this. I don't have all day bruh. Pick up the pace, Mr. Slowpoke.
Sam, a wild slowpoke has appeared in our studio. What should we do?
God damn it, get the Pokeballs ready. We're gonna catch that Slowpoke, so that way we'll have him as our studio mascot.
Cannot comply.
What the fuck, Rafflebot? Why did you say no to that?
Well, there's one big fundamental problem that you overlooked, Sam. You don't have a starter Pokemon to begin with.
Then I have immediately been kicked out of the Pokemon trainers guild until the end of fucking time. Now how will I ever get my Slowpokes at all?
Microsoft Sam freaking out over trivial shit as usual.
Here lies Soft Tom's collection of his coveted smelly cheeseburgers. Oh, so that's where Tom has been hoarding all of his smelly cheeseburgers in this very folder, so that he'll eat them later. The only problem is that cheeseburgers that are this smelly would not only give him bad breath, but also make him very sick, vomit and crash. Just speaking the truth.
Hold up bro, I can't have you go anywhere near my smelly cheeseburgers. Also, your friend Scotty has sent me a friend request on my Twitter.
Well whoop-de freaking do. First Scotty has a Twitter account, now you. I wouldn't be surprised if all your Twitter posts contain nothing but pictures of your precious cheeseburgers you somehow keep in your folder. But even then, Twitter has the capability of corrupting innocent people into the hateful vitriolic fuckheads that are like Max tax sleeper agents, just like how Metro cops enforce the Combines laws for their so-called benefactors. Now get the hell out of here or I'm gonna kick your ass.
Well, that's very gauche of you saying you're gonna kick my ass for using Twitter, when really I'm a normal person like the rest of you guys. Well, I'm gonna be off doing my regularly scheduled smelly cheeseburger duties again. We're saving this discussion for another time.
Well, good luck with that, you cheeseburger addicted psycho. Next error. Now it's time to get the error requests rolling. Click OK to commence. Finally, some of the error requests I so desperately needed have finally gone through. This video is also starting to get somewhat long in the tooth anyway, so we're gonna be going through them double time. Into the error requestiverse we go. Yabba-dabba-swap. Soft Tom used to be a part of us, until his cheeseburger addiction reached lows that were lower than low to our staff. As such, his time with us will be suspended, until he undergoes rehab to cure his addiction. So this means, Tom's smelly cheeseburger obsession has been compared to a drug addiction. Oh wow, that's a big L for Tom, which means him being fired from Apple earns me another 30 victory points.
Bullshit, the Apple overlords firing me is not fair.
Says a cheeseburger obsessionist who doesn't admit to any of his wrongdoings. Lol. Mike might also, laugh at your follies as well.
Then it'll also be his fault for making fun of me as well.
Please note that this isn't a firing, but rather a wake-up call for him. Do you know what this means, Tom? This means the Apple overlords want you to snap out of your 10 trillion mile cheeseburger-infested trance. Also, be lucky that you aren't fired yet. Oh, this now means I have to take my 30 victory points back.
But I can't have my precious smelly cheeseburger collection get taken away from me. Remember that, Sam.
Well, your cheeseburgers will get taken away if you keep this up.
Well, that's just great. Now I'm surrounded by a pair of Microsoft voices hounding on me for my love for smelly cheeseburgers. Could this day get any worse? It did get worse.
Now it's time for me to have my 30 victory points back this time. He was also fired from being the voice of NOAA Weather Radio for the same reason, provided in page 1. Michael's voice goes... Click OK to legally change your name to Expandong. I will not rename myself to Expandong, you spyware infested error. For the love of me, if I earn a quarter for every time I've been called Expandong for no rhyme or reason, then I'd be the richest person in the entire goddamn freaking universe. This kind of bullshit needs to stop right now. Google Glitcher is now once again up and running, and is ready to fuck up your day once more. Expandong. How many more quarters do I have to earn? What do you wish to do? Well, since Google Glitcher gave me Bonzi Buddy that would not stop calling me Expandong, gave me so many courage viruses that I lost count, and overall is the default browser for Windows 95 SJW Edition and now Windows 11 Woke Edition, I'm just gonna wipe that stupid ass error with my own ass along with the environment before tossing it straight to the realm of irrelevantness. However, just like Krustin's legions upon legions of block and ban evading sock pulpit burner accounts to fulfill his ultimate goal of harassing me into joining the dark side and ruin my friendships with other people back in DeviantArt, Google Glitcher will keep on coming back like a damn cockroach. Sooner or later, I'll be sending that stupid ass browser to the phantom zone in the near future, if this BS keeps up. End of ramble. PD's name has not been changed to Poopy according to Google Glitcher and the Internet Archive. Let the funnies commence. Oh PD, you sad little psycho parrot. Pretty soon, that new name bestowed upon you will make you the biggest laughing stock all throughout Max Tack Prison, which means that's like 25 victory points for Prody Parrot, because at least he's a much better electronic parrot than you PD.
Couldn't agree more, Sam. PD becoming Poopy will surely make me laugh my feathers off, because he is now no longer his original self after he did those dangerous and illegal advices.
In fact, PD kind of deserves to be called Poopy, because he's nothing but an unhinged bird-brained pear-shaped psychotic funtball that did more harm to people than help them. Nuff said.
In any case, that's another big LPD has to take, which means that's another 10 victory points for me. Bonzi has accidentally found a batch of strontium bananas, mistaking them for healthy ones. Hey wait. What? Bonzi has found strontium bananas? Bonzi, keep away from those irradiated bananas. They'll make you sick if you ever eat one of them.
No worries, Expandong. I'll be just fine. Time to eat one of them. Nom 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 nom. Ouch. Ouch. I have been irradiated.
Don't say that I didn't warn you, Bonzi. Foods irradiated with strontium-90 are not even remotely fit for consumption. Hell, they are not even fit for an art to eat. Now you know the hard way about the dangers of eating strontium gruel, let alone strontium bananas. I'll have Rafflebot come over, decontaminate you and put you in an infirmary. Have a nice day.
Isn't someone gonna call in a hazmat team or something?
This error is not supposed to be here. Well, if this error isn't supposed to be here in the first place, then why am I reading this error that has just been displayed to me on my computer? This makes just as much sense as that sign not in use sign that the error is still once more, so thanks a lot in making me catch an unhandled exception again. Extreme bollocks. This is the end of the error requests that survived shipment. Wait a minute, is that all? Rafflebot, please explain why we aren't getting more people to send us error requests in the first place.
Well, according to our statistics, our studio PR has been on a horrendously constant downward trend and is now deep in the negatives with both the civilian and government sectors ever since you went on those reckless wanted level rampages due to getting angry over trivial shit for no rhyme or reason whatsoever. That's why TGO and Matt Crowley have become our primary and only sources of error requests that have been sent over to us. Right now we're not in a wanted level situation yet, but be warned that Microsoft was also informed of your shenanigans. If one more wanted level killing spree happens again, then the high-ups at Microsoft will set their foot upon our property, and will show you, and the rest of us, the true meaning of corporate responsibility.
Oh wow, thanks for letting me down like that, Rafflebot. Now I feel just in the same way how the Grim Reaper feels when all his fan mails all come from Fred Burger and Fred Burger alone, due to his status as a permanent best friend of Billy and Mandy after losing his own game of limbo to those two children in question.
Sam, stop being so ridiculous. DGO and Matt Crowley are studio members also.
Remember Sam, we are all here for you, and even though I'm still a little mad at you for having us in deep trouble with dumb brands, I'm still your longtime friend.
Same here, Sam. I'm also your friend. Even though things are not always what you're expecting or wanting, you still have all of us that are here for you. And I do admit, you and I could be a pretty good team when it comes to fighting monsters. Remember those alien grunts we curb stomped?
Of course, Matt, I did remember us having alien grunts kick their buckets when we obliterated them after trespassing onto our property. And you're right, guys, not everything is going to be what I hoped for. I'll have to say, your error requests are pretty funny as I read them.
Hey, thanks Sam. I'm glad that you like those error requests we sent to you.
Okay, you're welcome. For now, I must go over the last remaining errors. Yabba-dabba-swah. Windows has encountered snapping and crackling sounds in your computer's sound driver. It's just the sound of Rice Krispies getting served. Ah yes, the Rice Krispies cereal, where they all snap, crackle and pop. However, if my sound driver is really making those snapping, crackling and popping sounds, then it's a sign that your computer speakers are badly worn out and in serious need of repairs or replacement. You get the idea what I mean. This keyboard that you're using is currently unsupported due to its ancient driver not being compatible with Windows XP and up. Please contact technical support for any advice on keyboards that are supported. Bollocks. That's not how external keyboards work. I have my keyboard plugged to my computer since 2007, and it still works to this very day. However, if something really bad happens to my keyboard at some point, then it'll only be necessary that I should go get myself a new keyboard to eliminate such problems. It's a similar story with computer mice, where no matter which brand of computer mouse you're getting, whether it be for desktop or laptop, it'll still work just fine, unless badly damaged by fluids such as water or coke. Peripherals bug. Since you're starting to have a growing crew of motorists, pick any one of the vehicles for whoever the potential new studio member would drive in. Just like in that last episode, all of those options are pretty good, since this era is automotive themed. The Ford GT90 definitely looks like a really kick-ass car for someone to drive in, due to its aggressive cyber-themed styling, and looks like it might be a cool-looking concept supercar. The Ford Indigo is a pretty similar story, but the biggest difference that sets it apart from the GT90 is that the Ford Indigo was designed around Ford's IndyCar technologies. Whenever that's possible, the Ford Indigo does make a point that Ford can do IndyCar stuff. Both the GT90 and the Indigo, have both appeared in Need for Speed 2 Special Edition. Finally, let's talk about the AutoZam AZ1. To be honest, AutoZams looked pretty cute, as I heard.
Do you also know that those AutoZams that you're talking about are also designed just only for brainlet midgets? No wait, scratch that. All of those key cars or some shit like that are designed for midgets in mind, which means you'll look like a total fucking clown driving in one of those.
God freaking damn it, Scotty. Don't ever freaking dare disrespect those AutoZams like that. Those little K-sports cars look like they are cute and fun to drive in, so deal with it. There is supposed to be an icon in there, but it's missing. Damn it, that just breaks normal error processing protocols. Errors that have no icons will be recycled back to the depths of the system, so that way they will have those icons they are supposed to have. Just a friendly reminder. There seems to be something wrong with this error. It's full of bloatware. Oh, so, now the errors have decided who will become the biggest chungus in the whole world. Well, I'm sorry to say this, but that's not how bloatware is. If it's full of bloatware in which Windows 11 is full of, then the computer is full of data that has either no practical use, take up hard disk space or is otherwise unnecessary. Skipping this bloatastic error. Windows doesn't like the taste of those floppies. Like, at all. Due to this, we now refuse to load in programs, unless you feed us real food, Innes. Yeah, I warned you that those floppies we currently have happen to be floppier than usual. In fact, it seems like those floppies are made at home, so I'm gonna go with the flow with zip disks instead. Wait until Thanksgiving, because Bonzi will think he's ready for the coming Halloween, only to miss it every year. Thank you for reaching 600 errors. Now end the video. This is exactly what I'm about to do, so there's no need to rush me around, you impolite asshole. Now with all those errors taken care of, we shall now proceed along with the outro. Well, that's all we have time for today. I hope you enjoyed my 6th episode of the 2nd season of me reading those BS Windows errors, 21st overall, and until next time, I'll see you all later. Cheerio.